What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. It has been a long time since I've done these videos consistently, so I promise you guys I will have more coming in here to the channel moving forward. But what I've got to say is, man, there has been some amazing news happening in the gaming world, from the Switch 2 to amazing games coming out to new processors, and even just that GTX 1080 Ti that you've been hanging on to that actually might be dead in October. So let's not make that price of your 1080 Ti $150. It's going to be more like 40 bucks. Just saying. Well, let's go ahead and get to today's video. All right, guys, so top of the gaming news, we've got Mafia: The Old Country. This game actually comes out in a few days. Super excited. I've always loved these games, but here are some PC specs revealed, and it also has all of the major upscaling tech supported. So if you guys haven't already checked this game out, here it is. It recommends throwing this game on an SSD. I myself still have a normal hard drive for all the bigger files that I have for like photos and videos, but here are your specs and recommended requirements. So the minimum requirement is going to be a 2700X or an i7-9700K. Then your recommended requirements is an i7-12700K or a 5800X. Then the epic requirements are going to be an Intel i7-14700K or a Ryzen 7 9700X. That is crazy. You only need a 9700X, but you need a 14700K from Intel. Yeah, it looks like this game is going to be awesome. But that is all also at 4K epic preset with DLSS in quality, right? And it's on a SSD. So this game is going to be pretty cool. I am really excited to see this game, and I will be playing it. So be on the lookout for a playthrough series of this game on the channel. And you guys know what to do if you guys want to see it. Subscribe, of course, and hit that notification bell so you will see when the Mafia: The Old Country game footage or episodes are out. So with that, Battlefield 6 got announced. Hey man, I've been playing this game since 1942 and all the older games on PC. This is honestly one of the franchises that got me into PC gaming and just the hardware, tech, everything, right? This is the game series or franchise that has really brought me into this world and reasons why I'm making these videos. So if you guys haven't checked it already, the beta is going to be coming out here also in a few days. I will be hopping on that ASAP, right? But looks like here developers have stated that Battlefield 6 won't even require a high-end systems to run. This is likely because the team wants to make the game accessible to many as to many setups as possible. It reportedly can run an ARC A380. That is like your iPhone has better graphics than an A380. That's crazy. It's not even a gaming GPU, delivering 1080p 30 frames per second on low settings. Dude, that is crazy. I would not play this game at 30 frames unless you're just doing the campaign and sightseeing. So it says here, quote from Intel, Battlefield 6 will come equipped with Intel XeSS2 technologies right at launch, boosting frame rates and responsiveness while preserving visual quality. The full suite of XeSS Super Resolution, SR, XeSS frame generation, and Xe low latency will run most efficiently on Intel Core Ultra Series 2 processors with integrated Arc 100V, 100T GPUs, as well as discrete Intel Arc A and B series GPUs. So, if you guys are on Intel GPUs, hey man, this game might be just for you. So, there it is right here, little screenshot. Battlefield 6 will have all those DLSS FSR support. So yeah, we'll go ahead and see what happens in the open beta. I'm really excited to play it myself. So again, subscribe, hit that notification bell icons because you will see that live. That's going to be a live multiplayer series there, and let's see how that game goes. So with that, looking ahead into AMDs, we've got a Navi 44 based RX 9060 in detail, which is an 8 gig model. It looks like to have one 8-pin connector. So if you guys have been wanting something here that is a little bit more budget friendly and doesn't break the bank, your 9060 right here will be it, right? This particular GPU supposedly has 2400 megahertz game clock and a 2990 megahertz boost clock. which is only 130 to 140 megahertz lower than the XT model. So if it's like another 20 to 50 bucks to get it, I think getting the XT model will do you justice, and probably going for a higher VRAM capacity if they do offer anything of that sort. There is no release date yet for the XT 8GB model, but you know, we'll see what happens. But here is a breakdown of the chart again on the NVidia GPUs from the 9070 XT all the way down to the normal non-XT of the 9060. So we've got 8 gig variant being their entry level, is supposed to be released in Q3 of 2025. Obviously the 8 gigabyte model 9060 XT is already starting at $299. So if they do price this GPU, it'll probably be at that $250 to $220 price range. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. I think this GPU should only be worth about $200 to $180. I think it's a good stepping stone to get into the AMD GPUs. And if it is small enough and you're wanting a small form factor PC, this GPU right here in particular can play all your cozy little games with no issues. You can even run it on probably older hardware. So again, all the articles down below will be in the description, links to them if you guys want to deep dive into that yourself. So Radeon or Asus refreshes the Radeon RX 9070 Prime GPUs with an Evo variant with also a narrower PCB, so a little bit more slim design here for you guys to throw that thing in there to your PCs. So a possible option to go for a small form factor build. So check that out yourselves. And then of course we've got dual X3D CPUs. That will be interesting, because the biggest thing right with the X3D CPUs is that you would always have to shut down half of it, right? And like in this case, I'm running the 9950 X3D, right? And it's only half the 3D, essentially half of it's just on one side of the CPU, where this right here, they're putting those two on both, and hopefully they can get this thing to work. Honestly, if they can, this will be pretty cool to see. So the leaker here is Chili Dog, known for ties to the board manufacturers, claims that AMD is preparing to launch a Ryzen CPU based on the Zen 5 architecture with a higher TDP, significantly larger L3 cache as well. So the two models are planned both based on the Granite Ridge architecture Zen 5 and featuring increased cache. The 8-core version is said to have a 120 watt TDP, 96 megabytes of L3 cache. This configuration matches that of the Ryzen 7 9800 X3D, suggesting that it could be a lower tier variant, possibly like a 9700 X3D, which AMD typically releases later in the year. But the 16-core variant that's coming out is a 200 watt TDP, which is 30 watts higher than the 9950X and way higher than my 9950 X3D. It includes 192 megabytes of L3 cache, indicating a dual CCD layout, each with 32 megabytes standard cache of that 64 megabyte of that 3D Vcache. So reading between the lines, may have decided that evaluating the possibility of launching its first desktop Ryzen CPU with dual 3D Vcache dies, which is gonna be crazy. So hopefully, right, that means that these chips will forever be the best gaming chips ever. Now, one thing I would like to see is if there is a way to carry this technology or these 3D Vcaches into Adobe's software or any video editing suite, because NVIDIA has been taking over all that stuff, but there's got to be something that we can do with all this cache, this 3D cache, right? So yeah, it looks like there's going to be a higher tier version of the 99X3D chip. Will I pick it up? Probably. And then I will sell my 7950X and then throw my 9950X3D into the old 7950X board. Who knows? We'll see. I don't know. Are you going to buy it? Let me know down below in the comments, because I think I might, if it's priced reasonably enough. So handheld gaming news. I do love a good handheld. I almost bought the Legion Go 2, but they are coming out with the Z2 Extremes and Intel Core Ultra 7 versions of the MSI Claw handhelds, right? And they are comparing it side by side. So if you guys want to look at this stuff, here is the article down below for you guys to check out. Now, Next, we have the Legion Go 2 side by side that has the Z2 Extreme chip, and apparently it is actually way better than the MSI Claw variant. Interesting, right? So yeah, if you guys want to deep dive into that, I just want to leave this here for you guys to read over. Links are down below, and of course, what will we do without NVIDIA? NVIDIA is now kind of been buried underneath the water with all the exciting stuff, but let's not forget their mistakes. I'm still having issues with my drivers with my 5080, but in this case, MSI is going to release an Expert series for their 50 lineup, and this 5080 looks aggressive. Honestly, I think this design is pretty dope. Hopefully it just doesn't get dusty or anything like that, but yeah, this GPU here will be available for you guys if you guys want it. More links down below for you guys to check out. Now, with that, NVIDIA's game driver ready support for Maxwell, Pascal, and Volta GPUs will end in October of 2025. But NVIDIA extends Windows 10 and legacy GPU support through 2028. So check this out. It might not be over, but it says here the company confirmed that GeForce Ready drivers support for GPUs Maxwell Volta architectures will end on October 2025. Right. However, the GPUs will continue to receive quarterly security updates until October 2028. So you won't get any new video drivers other than just your security drivers. Looks like from here, right? Security updates. Sorry, not security drivers. Security updates for that. So extending the support up to 11 years. So yeah, if you have your 1080 Ti, I am sorry, but you guys shouldn't be selling these for $200 or $150. Because if an RX 9060 non-XT 8GB that's worth $200 to $250 can beat this thing 3 to 6 times over, I'm not gonna buy this turd that's over 10 years old for my PC. And let alone, the only reason why I would want this, if I even want this, I don't even know why I would even want this, honestly, at this point, because you can get the 3000 series GPUs from NVIDIA way cheaper. And then, of course, the new 9000 series from an AMD is just cheaper. You can get an Intel Arc B580 cheaper and performs way better than this thing. I can go on forever. So, yeah. Well, other than that, guys, that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, it is a little lengthy, but thank you for sticking around. I just want to say thank you for the support, and look out for some amazing games coming out to the channel. And if you guys do have any questions, let me know down below in the comments. But this is Red Zone signing off. Keeping it real, keeping it hot, and keeping it raw. Your normal 9 to 5 guy, bringing some high quality content for you guys to enjoy. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Deuces.